Yeah, the identity status quo today. This is a tricky question because what we see these days is we get more and more in this area where we need identity, where you need to authenticate and authenticate yourself in a more deeply and highly connected environment. And since one of our main focus or visions from Bosch is the Internet of Things, and we see a more and more connected car, more connected to the infrastructure, connected to the smart city, to anything else, even to the streets and the crossroads and all that. And there you need to have a particular ID where you can say, okay, you need to upload or download data from the car. And then the infrastructure or the car needs exactly to know who does that, yeah, where the car data comes from and who you are. And so today the ID is getting more and more important because without an ID, you have not the chance to do anything when it comes to smart traffic, smart city, or anything like that, or anything with dealing with the IoT. So therefore, the problem that I see personally as well is here really these days you only have these, say, these federated systems of ID. You get your ID on the internet via Apple, Google, Amazon, or the like, or any other proprietary systems. And so if we have really, really safety critical stuff, I do not really trust these other systems when it comes to highly critical data, which needs to be transmitted. And if my ID is really stored somewhere else's computer or server or any backend, this could be getting a bigger and bigger problem in the future. Yeah, exactly. I think we definitely can shoot at these problems, what I just said, because when we talk about decentralized identity, you do not have this intermediary in the background again anymore. So what we have here is in decentralized, we have another system of governance, we have another system of control. So for one particular technical system like self-sovereign identity, for example, you are really self-sovereign of your data. Yeah, so you controlling your own ID, your own identity, and you control what kind of data you are giving to the other side. Yeah, when you talk to anyone in the internet or in the Internet of Things. And so when you talk about mobility and you go into your car, not only yourself need a digital identity, the car itself as a device needs an identity as well. And if in the future, if you think about charging, for example, parking, zoning in a smart city or anything like that, then you always, what I said before, you need to authenticate or authorize yourself to do anything, and as well maybe to buy things or to sell things, data in the car. And then absolutely, it's so important that you can control what you are doing exactly with your data. And therefore, decentralized systems are quite important. And I think my hypothesis here is it won't go without it in the future. Of course, Amazon, Google, or the likes can tell you, okay, trust us, the data is safe, and we can do it on premise and all that stuff. But on really safety critical things, I do not trust anyone. I do not only trust myself in these cases, yeah, because when it goes about the life of the driver, for example, the safety of one, then we have to trust the person themselves. And that is possible really only with decentralized systems. If you would have asked me like a year ago, I would have said maybe like 5 or 10 years. Yeah, we are very far from it because of automated driving as well needs a longer time. However, things have changed because we are going now in a phase where the governments are making a lot of pressure to really enforce the industry to use these digital identities. And especially there is one very interesting development at the moment that the German government, for example, they are pressing on using self-sovereign identity. And so the time is getting faster and faster, or the development time is getting faster and faster. And I expect now able to be using these systems like in 1-2 years already. And together with that, we are in a huge collaboration mode with Gaia X in Europe at the moment. And so this helps again, because we have all the industry groups, a lot of startups, a lot of universities coming together, working on these problems in a very fast mode. And so this helps us maybe in having 2 or 3 years time really have a scalable and usable systems out there. Right. I already started it. I featured it a little bit. Trust is really the key concept because I talked about when you talk about maybe automated driving, then you need to trust the infrastructure. You need to trust the data which comes into the car because the car has to take some decisions, yeah, where to drive, how to drive. And as well, the driver gives some very trustworthy data to the car and to the infrastructure. And that is in a lot of different use cases, you need that trust relationship and you need technical systems that help you with that. And so there are some use cases I would really talk about a little bit deeper and try to explain what is the situation today, how would we solve this today, and how would we solve that problem maybe or that challenge with these new technologies we are seeing upcoming.